show. He's one of the fine young key forwards in the competition. He plays for the West Coast Eagles. Please make him welcome. His name's Josh Kennedy, everybody. Great to have you on the show. We don't get access to the West Coast Eagles over in this part of the world very often. We find you an intriguing player. You're one of the most interesting young key forwards in the competition, particularly this unique style of approaching your set shots for goal. We just find it one of the most interesting aspects of the modern game. Where's it come from? Is this an accidental thing that you've come up with, or is it quite deliberate?
Intriguing or weird?
Yeah.
Certainly weird. Yeah, it's definitely weird. No, I've always had a little stutter. I honestly don't think I can just walk up and kick the ball. So
really,
I think I don't know whether it's mental or it's physical. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, you kick it really well. You're kicking end to end at training. Do you do a stutter?
When I'm kind of walking up to do some long kicks, yeah.
Yeah, right, okay.
It's interesting.
It seems to be catching too, is it? Because Andrew Gaff, I think, has been doing a bit of this action. Is he just sucking up there? What's he thinking? I want to be like Josh.
It's got to be a mental thing, though. It has to be a mental thing, though, doesn't it? I mean,
look, the stutters don't really matter. It just gets me almost settled in a funny way, and it's really my last three steps and momentum going through the footy. So that's the main thing I focus on. And the stutters seem to help that. So.
Yep. It's interesting that you would hang out with young Gaff and then he picks up that particular style of kicking, because it just... even outside the football club, it catches on with people. Like, I know you were chatting with Hughesy earlier in the green room, and already, Hughesy, it's caught on with you.
What?
Well, I filmed it. I'm really...
No idea.
Were you unaware that you were doing that?
Well, I was unaware that I'm being filmed around the building.
It's the worst stutter I've ever seen. That's more like a crab move.
If it's not X Factor, just back off.
It's fantastic to see the turnaround in the footy team. It was only a short while ago that you were kind of struggling as a group. You weren't where the West Coast Eagles like to be, and you've turned it around.
You're on the bottom.
Yeah.
We were,
18 months ago, you guys finished last.
Yeah, finished
now
last.
You're on the top.
Well, I finished last at Carlton as well, so I think...
we thought it was all you.
Has there been a key to this group turning it around as dramatically as they have?
No, we've just had our game plan that we've obviously started 3-4 years ago learning, and the coaches brought that to us, and it was just obviously learning that, and it's taken a while to get a grip on it, and obviously last year was a big improvement, and I think we've all just getting a hold of the game plan now, and everyone's starting to know it, and it's working for us.
Josh, I guess one of the byproducts of flying high is that the critics can come louder and clearer than they did before. Alistair Clarkson, Hawthorn's coach, had a go at your tackling style as a team after the match that you played against the Hawks. Some choice words in his press conference in the heat of the moment after the match, and we're looking at some of the examples that he might have been referring to where Eagles players either duck their heads or whatever he was accusing them of. How did this go down in West Coast Eagle camp?
Yeah, look, I don't think we're ducking or diving for free kicks. We're not playing for them. I think, obviously the boys, once they're grabbing the footy, they're obviously getting a lot lower than probably the oppo coming at them. So I think, I think Sellers and Scooter, you just saw then, they're getting a lot of free kicks, but they're probably just going in lower.
Tough for you, though, because you're 6'6", aren't you? 6 foot. It's hard for you to duck.
I think I've got one. I fell over.
It's no coincidence, is it, that the Selwoods are through the boys at the top of the tree, and Troy Selwood's getting a truckload of them in the VFL as well. Yeah. I mean, there's obviously a technique that they've perfected over the journey that does draw these free kicks. Is it something that you talk about amongst the group?
No, we don't really talk about it, but I suppose it's an art in itself. Yeah, those boys have been able to, unless they just love getting hit in the head all the time.
Talk mascots for a second. How's your mascot? You got an eagle, that runs around.
Rick the Rock, yeah.
Rick the Rock, yeah. Is he as good as Port Power's mascot? Because Port Power's mascot this week has been carving it up in Adelaide. Have a look at him. All right, he's at some local... that's him on the right. Just watch. This is a way to get a crowd on your side. I mean, this mascot just... have a look at that. The kids just want to be whoever that guy is.
What is he? Who's that with him? Like they've got the mascot, and then there seems to be like a cake, like a Balfour's cake.
It's a Balfour's frog cake.
A what?
It's a Balfour's frog
What's
cake.
from Adelaide? This is Adelaide talk, mate. We don't know what you're talking about. What's
What do you mean? It's iconic.
Why is it crashing the party?
How can you not know it's a Balfour's frog? It's legendary.
Well, koala's a legendary.
No one's
That's
heard.
not the frog.
No
It's
one's
a-
heard.
Okay.
No one in the audience here has heard of a. Has anyone here heard of a frog cake?
Yes.
No one has heard of a frog
They all
cake.
said yes.
You're the only bloke who knows what this
It's a
legendary frog cake's all
frog cake. It's
about.
bigger than One
It
Direction.
gets around. Have a look.
Seriously.
We've got some more footage of the Balfours. Look, where's
There it
it?
is. Just a legendary
Crash's public appearances.
Balfour's frog cake.
What's legendary about the frog cake?
It's been around for years and it's frog-like.
Is there a frog inside the cake? What is it? What's it? The
No,
taste of it?
it's frog-free. It's frog-friendly.
I wonder why that's an Adelaide thing.
Well, you know.
Well, Joshua and WAC probably don't know anything about it.
No idea.
We didn't either. Don't worry.
It's, Matt, now, but
understand.
Josh, what you did have an issue with last year was your eye. You copped a tennis ball in the eye. I want to ask you a question. Are you a medical doctor at all?
Kind of.
Well, that came through when you were asked about your eye injury because you had some a stunning summary of it.
Yeah, it's probably a lesson just to be learnt for, you know, kids or anyone out there. If you're throwing balls around, just be careful because, you know, eyes are pretty... You need your eye.
You do indeed need your eye. Yeah.
Just giving important facts there.
Dean Cox threw the tennis ball, hit you in the eye, didn't he?
He
Is that
did.
right?
He did.
Yeah, all right. So, but your plantar fasciitis, that's another injury you had. No one
Plantar
caused that.
fasciitis, yeah.
What is it, plantar
Plantar fasciitis.
fasciitis?
Yeah.
That's a foot thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a ligament that attaches underneath the heel.
Yeah, I know that Robert Harvey had that injury and he jumped off his kitchen table to snap it.
Is that right?
Yes, was that right,
Chair,
Sam?
I think a chair.
Oh, well, let's go
And
with the
it is-
table.
Well, fine. It sounds more dramatic.
Table's
Great.
higher.
But the
great.
way you did the way you fixed yours, unbelievable. We've got some vision of you and how you snapped yours. I mean, that's just incredible effort. That's what you did there.
That is no joke, though. I mean, that is not you.
that
But you did, Josh. You did do not quite that, but you broke the ligament because that's what you do to heal this.
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. Well, it's
Tell
plantar
us about it.
fasciitis is like where you get little tears in,
Yeah.
obviously where it joins onto the heel. So
What did you do to get rid
Yeah,
of it?
how did you?
Well, I ended up just running as hard as I could till it kind of tore all the way through.
And
So
how much does that hurt?
it hurt a little bit, yeah. But
Did you have to like kind of G yourself up to actually know that you're going to do it?
yeah, play a bit of music before and get all psyched and
And then just go for it.
yeah. No, it was I had a jab, so it was numb.
Oh, right,
so-
when you did it.
Yeah, so it was
Guys,
Amazing.
easy.
Interest.
So, just before we go to the break, I just wanted to mention Melbourne quickly because we know they've been on the ropes. There's been a lot of trouble down at Melbourne. It's a sad state of affairs, really. But there's one bloke down there who's reasonably happy. For all, have a look here. He's in the change rooms, looking top right. And you know what? At least there's someone down there smiling. You know, that brings a real smile to my heart.
We have to take a break. We have to take a break. Josh Kennedy's going to stick around. When we come back, catch up with Sawney.
Hey, everyone, it's me, Josh Kennedy. But let's face it, everyone already knows that.
Jack Darling, how are you, mate?
Hey, Josh.
Yeah, good to see you, Jack.
Yeah. People say to me, it's too much. You can't be a great footballer. Josh, you can't have two businesses. Josh, you can't be an icon of Perth. This city needs a hero. And damn it, I'm going to give it to him.
That is some high-quality work being done by Josh Kennedy, our special guest on the show. You're a natural, mate. That is very slick.
Natural at making myself look like an idiot.
But that video's used to promote your businesses, is that right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, obviously a mockumentary with a couple of businesses that I'm involved in. So
What businesses have you got? Just give it a plug now.
Sleepy's in Aussie Park in Perth. It's a mattress store, and Josh Kennedy Small Moves, which is a removal business I've got as well.
Josh Kennedy Small Moves.
Yeah.
Only small
We do
moves.
big moves.
You do big moves as well.
Big moves as well.
Should change the name.
Well, you're comfortable putting yourself out there in that fashion. What did you think of how Gary Ablett put his opinion out there about Ryan Crowley last night?
Well, I suppose, yeah, Gary's a marquee player of the competition and he can probably do that. I don't think I could ever do that, but yeah. He joked about it after, I think, when Crowley kicked the goal, so
Yeah.
I suppose he's a bit lighthearted after.
It is unusual, though, isn't it?
Or yeah, I don't really have Twitter or anything, so I've never really.
What's the
seen it,
policy?
but-
What's the policy like at the footy club? Is there, is there something that you have to adhere to down there in terms of what you put out into the social media?
Yeah, a few of the boys have got it, and I think they just obviously got to be careful. You can't be saying too much because once they press the send button or whatever they do, it goes to everyone. So
Carlton Footy Club gave me their Twitter one night last year, and that was only a once-off event. To be honest. But look, it's great to have you here. But I'm worried about the press over in WA, and I don't know. You guys are big stars over there, and I think the press conferences should go better than they're going at the moment. I want to check out this with Andrew Gafferite. He sits down to get asked questions. Let's have a look how it goes.
I think Gaffy's ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's another one. Who's this guy?
Jacob Brennan.
They're looking at him.
What do I do?
You shouldn't have to answer questions. Ask questions.
Probably a good thing that there's not automatic questions to be fired at these blokes anymore. Once upon a time, there was no shortage of things to throw at West Coast Eagles players, but the personality of this footy team and footy club's changed pretty dramatically, hasn't it?
No, it's good. I suppose the club, I think, give 6 players every Monday, and it ranges from to older boys to younger boys, and so the younger boys get roped in as well. So.
Have you found it interesting? You've gone from a young player here in the biggest football market in the country. You've gone back to Perth, the two-team town. Did you find the focus on players very different when you went back home?
I suppose a little bit. There's only 2 teams there, and Perth love their footy, and if you're a Dockers supporter, you hate the Eagles. If you're an Eagles supporter, you hate the Dockers, and so it's a massive rivalry in the town, and I suppose there is a lot of media and scrutiny put on both teams.
Yep.
Josh, you were famously part of one of the biggest trades in history, in AFL history, you and Juddy, and in fact the Carlton president, Sticks, often says he still cries every time he sees you play on a field. You were such a sad loss to the club. So
he does.
That must
very
have made
emotional about it.
Okay. Mind you, he didn't seem that upset when the news came through. They got Judd. Here is Sticks here, just if you ever could. But he still cries when he sees you. I just want you to know that.
Josh, one of the big stories that's been happening over here, I'm not sure how aware of it you are, is that Mike Sheehan, the doyen of football writers at the Herald Sun, has left the chief football writers post of the paper, the most widely read daily in Australia. And one of the biggest stories has been who's going to replace him. There's been a lot of young men at the Herald Sun putting their hands up for that vacant chair. None have got it at this particular point in time. We believe we might have found the front runner, and he joins us on the show. Please, mate, welcome Brian Strawn, everybody.
Shaking in my boots about that competition over at...
Strawn is a character, no doubt about that. But also Quentin Lynch, a teammate of yours, another forward at the West Coast Eagles. He's a character too, and you've had some weird injuries. None weirder than his latest injury. This is Quentin Lynch's latest injury. Watch this.
Yeah, as I said before, I had a bit of ring rust earlier.
He's had some ring rust, which sounds, I don't know what it is, but it sounds awful. But I do have some cream here that I want you to send over.
Can you take that?
It looks like his toothpaste.
Hey, Josh, if you wouldn't mind passing on, that'd be great. Hey, keep up the good work. It's fantastic to see what you guys are doing over there, and it's great to see you playing the sort of footy you are. We appreciate you coming in today. Josh Kennedy, our special guest. We're going to take a break here on Before the Game. When we come back from the Bombers, Michael Hurley to join us on the show.